Hey, thank you for coming by Tori Magoo 44. Today is the 18th of July, and I greatly appreciate you guys coming by. Today I'm going to go over a topic of Scientology fence sitters, and I'm going to talk about that. But first I want to answer a question. Someone has been asking me about exteriorization over and over, and so I'm going to try to explain it. And I will explain why I haven't answered it right away. First of all, what is exteriorization? In Scientology, Hubbard said it was when you go outside your body. If any of you saw the movie Far and Away with Tom Cruise, when his dad, I think it's dad, is dying and he's going like higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, and then he comes back in his body. When he's up above it looking at his body, that's exteriorization. Hubbard said with auditing you could get exterior from your body with full perceptics. Now, I just met with a bunch of friends a few days ago. We had a wonderful time together. And someone asked, did anybody in this entire group, from the bottom of the bridge up to OT 8, I believe we're there, has anybody gone exterior with full perceptives? And none of us had. So I'm not saying no one ever has. I'm just saying it's a very personal thing. Think of a rainbow, right? It's all different things. Now, you can close your eyes right now and try this. Okay, close your eyes. Think of one of the most wonderful times you've ever had, wherever it is, and try to just like totally get into it. Now, some people, you might be able to let go of everything, and all of a sudden you can feel you're just lighter. They would call that exteriorization. Okay, think of when you had a great sexual experience where it just, the total climax. To some people, they let go of everything and they are exterior. With, not necessarily full perceptives, but they're outside their body. They're not holding on to anything at all, right? So it's kind of like a realm of different things. You can go to a comedy act where people are just making you laugh and laugh and laugh, and all of a sudden you just let go and you just feel so, it's almost like a high, right? Because we were all joking saying, well, when we did LSD, we were exterior, because that happens when you do LSD. You do kind of go outside your body. Of course, it's a lot of hallucinogenic stuff. But if you do it right, where you're in a safe enough place with good enough people, you generally have a good trip. I always did, but we always made sure we were in a good place, because that's part of it, right? So anyway, that's exteriorization. For me, did I go exterior with full perceptics? No. I did not. Did I feel like I went exterior? Yeah, sure. But I did before I got in Scientology. So it's not like it's only germane to Scientology. And it's not like it's, since then I haven't had any auditing, but certain things happen. And yeah, I feel like I'm a little outside my body. Am I really? Can I prove it? No, I can't. So that's why I say it's a very personal thing. It's a perception. It's what you feel and think. And whether real or not, I can't really say. So there you go. Now, on to the fence sitters. This is amazing. I've met recently with some people that have recently left the Church of Scientology. And every time I meet with people that have left from the church, or I talk to them, I'm amazed at how much worse and worse it is getting, and how much bigger and bigger the fear is. The only thing keeping people in, at this point, is fear. And most of the people that you know, if you're lurking and listening to this, you are probably out of the church. And here's this big secret. So are all of your friends. There's a very few people, I don't know if there's any, that are really, really in the Church of Scientology anymore. That's what's really funny about it. People are saying they are. Some people are still going on course, so they look like they are. But in fact, they are not. Now, some people from Facebook are starting to disavow someone who's in touch with someone else who might be declared suppressive. Now, think about it. When you joined Scientology, did you really mean to join a group where when you are your age, which most people are over 20, over 30, sometimes over 40, 50, you thought that you would have to disconnect from people because they're connected to somebody else that this group doesn't like? I mean, what kind of wimps are those kind of people? You've got to get some balls, man. It's like, it takes a little bit of courage. People always say to me, wow, you have so much courage. You left when nobody was out. And it's like, yeah, I did. And I've always said, it was like leaping off a 1,000-foot cliff for me, because I was all alone. And at the bottom, there was a little sign that said, if you jump, maybe you'll make it. And it was like you had to make the leap or put your head back in the sand and let go of all your freedoms. And I was like, all right, I'm making a leap. And it's scary. It is. There's no question about it. That was another thing that came up with my friends. We were like, and that's another thing that can help you go exterior. Sometimes you're just with good friends. I mean, it happened with these guys. I was like, I just love being with these people. It was so great. And you just kind of let go of all the stuff that you're worrying about. It's kind of amazing. But with these fence sitters, like someone said, with the mafia, they say, we're the mafia and we're going to come get you, right? But Scientology doesn't say that. They say, we're freedom, we're love, we're non-denominational. No, they're not. They're not any of those things. And you know it. Most of the people watching this video, you already know that isn't happening in the Church of Scientology. Oh, no, it's not. It might have years ago. I think it did years ago. I think we were into some good stuff. That's why we stayed. But once it turned, it took all of us, not all, some people left right away. It turned and they went, I'm out of here. But for we true believers, the people that hung in there, it took a long time because we wanted to believe it. There's the old song, a man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest. So just realize most of your friends that you think are in are not. They're staying in because you're in, and they're in, and he's in, and this other guy's in, and that, and that. I mean, it was just amazing to hear how many people are, they're done. And I've said it for years, but if everybody who knew this church has turned into a complete full of shit, basically. If everybody stood up and said, I'm done with it, I'm not doing it anymore, that'd be it. Game over. All the parents who've lost their kids, they'd be reconnected. All the loved ones who were married like me to my husband, not that I want to marry him again, but we promised in our marriage vows we'd always be friends, and I think that's a good idea. And I think if everything ended, we'd be friends again. But because of the church, what kind of church does that? Where people who were married for 27 years, we can't talk to each other? Hello? Not a church. No. And even if it is a church, it isn't a good thing. Whatever you call it, it isn't a good thing. It's not a healthy thing. It's not a loving thing. It's not kindness. It's not grace. It's not dignity. You guys are all getting older. You should be growing and aging with dignity. I looked around at my friends and I thought, these people are so gracious and loving and happy. It was really great. We couldn't believe it. It was like, why would people stay in that group where they're like grumpy? And we were listing out people that we'd seen and how old they were getting and yada yada and not looking too good. I'm not going to say names, but you know who you are. And some people, it's pretty shocking. It really is. So come on out. We are having a fabulous time. There's way more people out here than in the Church of Scientology. And for those guys that are staying in there, don't wait until the very end. Don't. There's no prize for it. There's not going to be any prize for it. You might as well come out and start enjoying your life right now. You can, like someone said yesterday, who's just left, I can do anything I want. I can go anywhere I want. I can talk to anybody I want. That was one of my big wins when I left too. It's like, that's why I left, because I kept watching the critics and going, they're like the old cowboys. They can do what they want. They can say what they want. There's nobody governing them. There's nobody running them, right? So for you guys where they are running you, come on out. Have a good time. We are. And for everyone across the board that is helping expose the abuses of the Church of Scientology, I thank you. I love you. Keep doing what you're doing. It is fantastic. People are getting free. All right? And there you go. Peace out. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.